Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are making vegetable soup. So in a pot I have my meat, my onions, my Cameroon pepper and some salt. I put it on fire and allow it to steam for about 5 to 10 minutes. So as you can see, the water in the meat is almost dried up. So I decided to add more water to it so I can cook the stockfish and the dry fish together with the meat to get that flavor, that stockfish flavor in the soup before I start cooking the main soup. First, I put in my stockfish. Because this fish is naturally hard, it needs a little more time to cook to get it soft. I used only the head. They call it okporoko in Nigeria. Very funny name. So that's what I used. And then here I was just trying to mix it, to break it into pieces so that it will mix with the meat and then cook very well. This fish is very hard, so if you want to cook it, you need a little more water to cook it for it to be soft for you to eat. So I leave it on fire for some few minutes, then I go in with my dry fish. This fish doesn't really add any flavor to my soup, but the thought of it alone being in the soup gives me some satisfaction. It's really nice. Actually, you can eat it. If you don't take care, you finish it before you even put it in the pot. So I put in my dry fish, then I go in with some pepper, and then I put in my crayfish. Because I'm cooking vegetable soup, so I want the taste to come out very well, so I used a lot of crayfish in this soup. So if you are not a crayfish lover, I'm sorry, because this soup has a lot of that. So I give it a good stir, and then because I'm cooking the vegetable soup, I don't want too much water in the soup. I don't want too much water because the leaves I'll be using, it will be releasing its own juice in the soup. So that's what I want. I don't want too much of the water. It would take away the taste of the soup. So I allow it to boil down a little. So as you can see, it's very dry, not very dry, but then it is okay. Yeah, so this is how I want it to be. Then I'll put in my oil, red oil or palm oil. That's how we call it here in Ghana. We call it palm oil, but in Nigeria they call it red oil, so you can call it palm oil or red oil. It's the same thing. So I went in with my oil, and then at this point I'm going to leave the oil for it to fry a little with the meat. Then again I put in some crayfish. So I'll stir it and then allow it to fry with the meat for about 2 to 3 minutes. This soup is looking delicious already. Yes, so as you can see, it's very dry. This is like frying. So I go in first with my water leaves. I'm using 2 leaves in this soup. I'm using water leaves and then ugu leaves. So the water leaves has its own juice, the ugu leaves too has its own juice, so that's what we'll be needing for this soup. So I put in my water leaves and stir it for some time. I just want to incorporate everything with them into the meat. So at this point, I stirred it slowly because I don't want to pour any of the leaves on the floor or waste it. So I stirred it slowly till I was able to mix it very well with the meat. As you can see, the water leaf is very fresh leaves. So I'm still mixing. The soup was really plenty, so I had to take my time and then mix it. So after I finished mixing it, I put in my ugu leaves. So this is the water leaves. So I'm now coming to put in my ugu leaves. So this is actually my third time cooking this soup. Yeah, I like the soup, but I've never tasted it. When I taste it outside, I don't really like it. I've never eaten very good vegetable soup outside, so I like preparing it myself, and this is the third time I'm preparing this soup. Funny. So I'm stirring in the ugu leaves to make sure everything is mixed properly. So we are going to get the juice from both the water leaf and the ugu leaves. That's what is going to give us the juice for the soup. The soup looks delicious. And then ugu leaves here in Ghana is very expensive. So my husband bought this idea of us planting it. I never knew it could grow here. So we planted some in our small garden. And then this is the product of our small garden ugu. Very fresh ugu leaves. And then once again, I'm adding more crayfish. I like adding crayfish to my soup. That's if I have. I like adding it because it gives the soup some nice taste. I don't use too much of cubes. I don't use too much of cubes, so crayfish is my go-to anytime I want some nice tastes in my soup. So the crayfish, I mixed the big shrimps, the dry big shrimps, and then the small shrimps. I mixed them together. Yeah, that's what I used in this soup. And then the soup was very nice, very nice. Funny, anytime I cook this soup, my husband praises me a lot. And I've cooked it only 3 times. Yeah, so our soup is ready. So as you can see, it still looks fresh and very inviting. So we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and you can also consider to subscribe if you like this video. So I'll see you guys in my next video for another recipe on how I cook or how I prepare my Nigerian cuisines. as a Ghanaian lady married to a Nigerian living in Ghana. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Bye.